You see my mouse, okay?
Imagina que puedes crear una app con tu propio nombre, solo con pensarlo.
No one there?
Hello.
Oh, right, I nearly got cut out. I nearly switched off then. I thought I'd done something wrong. I thought, well, oh, hang on a second, everyone's sat quiet.
I'm
Am I
here.
connected?
Huh.
I'll turn this ding dong bell off. Let's get going. Bell off.
Pouring in now.
Pardon?
They're pouring in now.
Pouring in now. I've got my ding dong bell off, so it doesn't matter. I can pour in as much as I want.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Let's. I was actually looking at crude. You know, we did the crude trade yesterday, and it smashed all the targets, which is great. And it's just setting up now for a 15-minute bar. Excuse me, reversal. Just morning, guys. I just thought I'd try a little thing on YouTube. I told no one we were streaming and just put it up just to see if there are any actual followers of the morning session, rather than those that just get prompted to come and have a look. Be quite interesting who turns up. Right, and if we don't get a lot of turn up, then I'll can the Tuesday mornings. Right. So this is a great 15-minute bar coming in. We've got it's 7 minutes before we get to that. So I'm just going to stick an alert on so I do not miss this. 6 minute, 5 minutes time. Just put my alarms on because there we go. I want to look at the closing gaps that we put in early this morning. Oh, this is a little bit annoying. Did anyone get their full Monty down here? Because I put my orders in as you know this morning, and I'm saying I did. I just check. Yeah, we did. Yeah, early doors. That was yeah. So put there in this morning. That was early at 6:30 this morning to go for the gap on the FTSE, and also right. Yeah, on so FTSE and DAX. So yeah, I did do it. Did anyone take those?
Yeah, I did, Steve. Yeah, just literally went down and then went back up, right close to it.
All right. So everyone was like me, but you really got done by the spread.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what? I even put it close. I even give us an extra couple of pip wiggle just in case we got done by the spread. That was a shame. That was a stop to entry, by the way, guys. If you're actually doing that now, so a little bit disappointing when that happens. Comes all the way down, and yeah, the low. What was the low there? The low was 262. We want 0.6. We wanted 263. Yeah, we'll come back to that. So it looks like we might get done by the spread. I don't know whether to come out of that or just we'll watch that. It doesn't matter. No loss, no gain. It would have been nice getting a 1% straight into there. But hey ho, that's trading for you, isn't it? Where it was up here, wasn't it? 40 pip. I'll put that in just in case we get stopped, and then we can review this a bit later as well. So yeah, so move stop to entry. It would be nice for this to hit full target, of course. But for people who are watching on YouTube, we were doing
Alert trigger.
And how do we get in your Slack group? All right, okay. No, keep it going. Morning, Steve. We'll message you back about the edge in Alicante right now, but back in Madrid. Oh, it's going to be a scorchio today in the Alicante area, Stuart. Okay, Stuart. Right, better stop typing. Get on with the trading. DAX, FTSE, Did the same thing for the FTSE, but it's been a bit choppy, the FTSE. We've broken out of these. I'll just review. So the market yesterday, just like the DAX, we were looking for breakouts. We did get the breakouts, looking a bit colourful. This is just all the support and resistance areas, as you know. It's looking a bit colourful. We left a closing gap yesterday. The market marched on and closed the gaps up here. And I do have a Fibbo target up here. We'll go through once the market is can't Wi-Fi cut you on right. It's midnight here. Wow, good on you. Got some Americans. Paul, we'll tell Paul Scouse, some of the American guys, they should be on as well. Paul said he would, but he's not, is he? Never mind. Neither is Colin. So we'll put the markers in the little black book for that one. Right. Okay. So what we're looking for here is to close this gap, which this is the cash gap that was left from the previous day yesterday. So and I did a front run here. So what we're looking for here is this gap to be closed. Got through. We do have a fractal bottom here, so I'll turn that on. Sure, we do have a fractal break here, so we can set for this gap to close. It is quite a heady gap. We do have a gap from the 16th of October. It's not been closing cash hours. Was it closing cash hours Monday? No, it wasn't. So I think we've got holes in the market all over. So that was for for crude. So what I'm going to do now is crude setting on. I'm going to put this in here. We've got a 21 pip run to the gap. So we call that 20 and 20 pips. And we don't, 20 pips and 15. 15 pip stop, 1%, 20 pip target. And we're going for this cash gap. I'm going to set this in now. And what I've done is add a bit extra on the break of the fractal, because it's early doors, and we want to just get that extra little pip in there. There we go. And we've got our stop above camera breakout long. So we'll wait and see what might happen. I'm going to close this one, guys, because we do have a gap here. So let's just close this for no loss, no gain. It was going good, but it's coming back. So our trade is a break here. We may well get that tagged as a closing gap, and then the market could easily come down. So we want to be careful on the FTSE, and we'll watch it. If you are a crude trader, then I can't go to crude because I left it too close. But let's wait and see what happens here. We'll put this, keep this into we'll put this into a one minute time frame. The risk is that this gap up here from the 16th of October, cash gap, will get closed first before the market comes down. The Asia Pacific markets, the futures markets, are all up. So it's pointing to the market being a positive morning. Both the DAX, look at that, that's a gap, boom, that's closed. So we can take that off. And Germany, we've got a no loss, no gain with that spike as well. So unfortunately, we missed a full 40-point target on the DAX, but lost no money. Missed it by 1 pip. I don't mind missing targets, but missing it by 1 pip in the spreads really irritating. We've got this order put in here. So this needs to be broken now. There. That needs to be broken. We're in gold, walking the dog. We're up on gold a good 8 points, which is nice. I'm going to put some alerts here because I want to make sure that if all practicable, we can get that DAX once it settles down. So we can close the gap here. That's been hit. market makers spike the market up, close that gap. We now don't have that high hold. What we do have is this gap here to go for. So I'm just going to save this. We're going to go back to the FTSE then quickly to crude to make sure we can catch all these trades. DAX. So that was the DAX entry. I left that in a DAX entry. Stop us up here. Boom. To try and get that target. And we missed it by a midge's Watson, which is a shame really. But that's trading fair. Right. What we're going to do here is the DAX going to continue going on? If it does, then that's absolutely fine. It's going to do some measurements. Let's have a quick look at what the ATR is. I'll pull the daily edge up in a minute. The ATR on the DAX, 53. So the ATR has gone on. 53, and the FTSE is 12. It's come down from yesterday. Gold all-time record highs, of course. Right, so we want to be 53 pips away, really, but it's just going to be very close, isn't it? If we're going to do this, then we need to do on the 1 minute chart. The problem is we can't do a few trades at once. Let's have a look at the price action structures. These are a fractal break here. A 1 minute fractal. I'll show you the tool. Fractal tool. There's a fractal break. Can we get a cheeky 1% break? 20 pips. We can't really do that. We might just have to let it be. Whilst we're trading above, the reason is quite I'm thinking, while we're trading above the 9 EMA, then although the market is trending to the top side, as soon as we get a break down here, we're trading to the negative side. We have an inefficiency in the market being the closing gap. I'll actually do a video on closing gaps because I'm quite astounded at how many people do not understand pivots and how important they are in cash markets, or don't even use pivots. I'm not even aware of them. So if you don't use pivots in a cash market, you're absolutely trading blind. All professionals use them.
Alert triggered.
So guys in the room, if you want to take that fracker and then manage it into the close for a few rupees, then fine. It's a bit annoying. These things happen, I don't know. It's a bit annoying, I can't get a one-to-one in there, but we've got to be rules-based, and the rule is we don't do it unless it's one-to-one, unless you go into the 1 minute, guys. And I'm talking to guys in my room now, and they're using 9 EMS straight into the close. So we'll go on to crude, because crude was, that alarm a few minutes ago was crude to go short. There it is. Did anyone take it? The 15-minute bar. We are late. That was yesterday's. It took a stonking trade straight into here. And today the target is here. I might have missed crude as well. Flipping heck. Where are we at the moment? With 51 pips. We haven't got a one-to-one on that, so I'm going to leave that alone. What I'm actually going to do is, I'm a little bit late, but I'm just going to measure what we've got here. We've got 35 plus 3, 38, plus 1, 39 pips. I'm going to set a 39 pip in case I get a wee retrace. Sometimes if you are late into a trade, you still can trade the market. We'll just see back if we can get a move back up into that confluence. Once we've broken the 9 EMA, obviously we're trading under 200 as well. Everything is short on crude. But sometimes, you know, we get people trading very small fractions, 10-second ticks, 20-second ticks, 1-minute ticks, and they're liable to maybe stick a bit of profit here, and the market may well retract slightly. Now, if it does, this is the trigger bar anyway, which is still valid. So we might be a little bit late coming to the party. But if we do get a retrace, then we can get tagged in there. We could do a 5-minute fractal. There's no 5-minute fractals there, as you can clearly see. And I don't ever use 1 minute. So our break of this really is 56.85. So someone was in at 57 or all right, okay then. Fair dues. What we really want to do, I'm interested in this target down here. Now, if the market can pull back, then great. There is a much bigger target to go, much larger targets to actually go for. If you can see down here, these are the 4-hour, and get rid of that one, that's the wrong color, and daily, monthly, bigger BRN. So I'm just going for this target here, and I want a target that I can fire and forget on and give me an equidistant trade, but we don't have that at the moment. If we can get a retrace, a bit of a retrace, and if we can get a retrace that gives me a 1-to-1 risk reward for my first target, then I will go for that. So we're kind of 42 pips there. Not quite there. We could put an alert a bit further up here. That is the trigger candle. So any retraces will be most welcome. Let's just have a little look. I'll pull the edge of it. FTSE with FTSE's triggered. Wow, gold's come all the way back from being stonking in profit to down 0.01. That's nothing. I'm just going to have a quick look at the Euro and USD Swiss still from yesterday. We were trading that. I'm continuing to trade Swissy, and I'm starting to have a look at Euro USD as well. See what was pulled up first. Euro USD, we're on a pullback on that one. I was walking the dog on this one, trying to do the daily edge, do all the analysis while trying to trade at the same time. It's quite tough, really. These are the previous targets that we've had with the Euro USD coming down. They're all in the daily edge, all the targets anyway, so you can just read where the targets are. And might be a good time just to pull this up. So for guys who've got the daily edge, there'll be no daily edge tomorrow. I'm traveling silly o'clock on the plane back to the UK tomorrow, so there'll be no daily edge tomorrow, but continued as normal. Definitely risk on today. These are all the highlights, as you can read. The events today. More reading on oil and gold, especially interesting if you're a trader. Where are we on the shorts? So these are all the high probability trades. FTSE, DAX, the ones we've been going for this morning. Gold, smashed it out the ballpark yesterday. Did everyone in the room have a really good afternoon? Did they on gold? I'm sure you must have done with the bots and trading.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, really, really good on gold yesterday. And we've got I'll go through all these targets anyway, just making sure that out crude, you know, 56.30, another one. We hit the target yesterday, no problem whatsoever. USD Swiss, we've got 79 and 7877 targets, and getting down to the last one, 1159, 11,567, but there's the even deeper targets here. So I won't labor the point. All the information's in the Euro USD. If you want to trade Euro USD, it's all there on the edge. I think most people have got the daily edge these days. So, there's not many on YouTube. If you haven't got daily edge on YouTube, that's £2.50 a week. Tells you where all the trades are the high probability trades, and gives you all the targets to go for, and gives you a hint and idea of what strategy to actually use to hit those targets. And we started in April, and still it's only lost one day since April. And we can back all that up because everyone's got the daily edges, everyone's got copies of them, and we give an update of what happened yesterday, what's going to happen today. So, but again, like I always say, if you haven't got the daily edge, you need to be in the head red. If you want to get an AI edge in the market, that's why it's called the edge. Right. So 15-minute bar, if you want to trade Euro USD, you're looking for a 15-minute bar reversal here. USD Swiss is the other one, USD Swiss, USD Swissy. We've been absolutely pummeling this one. And right, yeah, okay, I'm obviously again on this morning, a break here. So if you want to do USD Swissy again, I was just trying to get a cheeky 1-to-1 in, but that's not going to be cheeky anymore. I'm taking it all the way down to my target. I was hoping we'd get that over and done with early doors this morning. But if you haven't already done this, there is a 15-minute bar flat top. That is a trigger candle. The stop is always going to be the same above here. So you could put a stop above the high here and have that as a trigger under here. So you would be looking at well, you could do it from up here, really, somewhere up here. And you're looking 14 fins, 17 pip stop and 23 pip target. So you're going for 1 to 1.5 there. So that's great. I'm already in, so I'm leaving that. Crude. Go back to crude and let's reverse and go back through to the other ones. This is just running. I might not get in this one. If I don't, I'm not bothered. We made 2.5% yesterday on it. But yeah, you never know. You just never know. Let's go back to gold, which we were doing very nicely on. And the bugger went and reversed on us. So what we're doing this morning, we were doing a technique just for the guys in watching on YouTube. It's called walking the dog. Say this is our entry line here. And this only works on Heikin-Ashi candles. So if you're not using Heikin-Ashi, then it'll mean nothing to you. So we wait for flat tops, and we're in a positive market, so we're looking for the market. This is a way of getting in very aggressively when you've got other things to do. In other words, while I'm writing the daily edge, doing all the analysis for the whole team and writing things and trying to trade at the same time. So what I'm looking for is a flat top here, and I'll put my order in here, and then I put my order in here as these bars close, and then I put my order in here, and that's where it was. And if we got another flat top, I would have checked that out with a flat top here and put an order down here. And as it happens, we've got the market reversing. Now, looking at this structure within this 15 minutes, we're putting in lower highs and lower lows. So what I do when we're looking at walking the dog, we use an ATR. So I go up to the hour, find what the ATR is, 5-day ATR, and at that time it was 20. So I had a 20 pip stop. The idea being if we've got a market reversal and we got clicked into the trade, that if we were wrong, then an ATR move would generally be roughly about 20. But since we're going positive, we don't expect a full ATR to the downside. Once we're tracking the market coming down, we don't expect it to go much further. But we'll see. So there's a 15-minute bar going to the top side, which is a nice trade. You could actually set that up. There's a nice 15-minute bar there. If you look at the 15-minute bar in relation to the 15-minute chart, you've got the 15-minute 200 EMA there. So perfect. Doesn't get any better than that. If you haven't got a 15-minute bar guide, it's all free to download off my website. And if you get the Edge, I think the download's on the back of this as well, I think. There it is there. On the Edge, so totally free. Download it from the website, and it gives you a heads up on how to do it. If I just put this up here, can I very quickly find it? That's the audio, the PDF. There we go. So this is the guide. It's a Noddy's guide. It's not the full-blown strategy, but it's a Noddy's guide that works very, very well. So it tells you how it, actually that picture's looking very similar to that one, isn't it? The market comes down, you're looking for a 15-minute bar reversal. It's an introduction to the 15-minute bar, the sequences you need to observe, the charts that you actually need. It breaks down the 4-hour chart and what you should be looking at, the 1-hour chart, and then the 15-minute chart, and goes into detail of how to actually trade. And then it gives you a scenario of the best and worst candles to use. The reverse is opposite if you're shorting. So this is the perfect storm. Nice flat bottom, Heikin-Ashi candle. That's a 9 EMA. Perfect. That is the best you could possibly have. The second best is a candle which has a little wick at the bottom. It's still closing above the 9 EMA with the body larger than the wick. And as soon as you get something with indecision, wicks that are longer than the body, walk away and wait for a better setup. So that's a free guide. It just tells you how to get in, how to trade. And to be honest with you, if you only ever use something similar to this, it's all you'll ever need to make a living. I know it sounds simple, but prove me wrong. Right. Right, okay, TMDK. I want to learn and watch you trade. Well, how do I get into the Slack? Well, the Slack is my private trading community, which is a paid community whereby I teach people all the strategies and mentor people, and we trade live probably 6 times a week, sometimes more. So it's a paid subscription. It's to keep all the idiots out. Not that anyone is an idiot, but there's a lot of guys that come cruising around looking for the next big shiny thing. And if I'm going to spend my time, teaching people, I want to know that they're committed and they're gonna got skin in the game. So if you're interested in joining, you can join the full-blown membership, or you can jump in on a monthly basis, month by month, which is really cheap to do. So you can try and test it for yourself. But yeah, to get into Slack, that's what you do. Just DM me, email me. There's loads of ways to contact me on YouTube. If you're serious about trading, then great. If you're not serious about investing your time and money into trading, then you know, there's lots of opportunities to watch my videos and do as much as I can to help. And I'll do is answer everyone's question if you put it in the comments. No problem at all. I just want people to be successful, really. So stop waffling. So this is a 15-minute bar. If you want to take this 15-minute bar here, we're looking at the low. Now, quite interesting in this structure, this term, get rid of that. This structure here, just an observation, it's a funny little structure here. The market's come down, put in a double tap at the bottom for a reversal, and then moved off. It is vital to understand the bottoms of the wicks, because that's what we use as swing low. This, you could argue, would be the swing low. And you could argue, but you'd be wrong. That's the swing low, because we had an indecision candle with a flush out here with a low. So that is the low to take the trade, not that. You've got to make sure when you're doing your stops, you're under the last swing low on a Heiken Ashi candle. So the swing low, if you're taking a break here, is under here. And that would be your trade. You want to look, see if you can get a 1-to-1 on that. Absolutely perfect. There is no reason why you can't set that trade up now to trade. I've already done this from early doors walking the dog. So yeah, have I answered anyone else's questions? Stuart, yeah, Madrid, mate, was so able to sort it out now. Okay. So we can set this. I'll do this live now anyway. So we'll probably get a better candle in this later. But from there to there, it's 22.4. We'll round that to 23. I do like round numbers. Spread is 0.3. It's moving between 0.5 and 0.3. So we call that 23. Could we get 24 and 24 within the last swing high? Yes, we can. So we'll just do that. We'll have a 24 pip, 24 pips. We don't need a full 1 pip break on gold, because gold's got such a small spread. 0.3 is good enough. That is a spread. So it's 4.344.6. Add 0.3 to 0.9. We could round that up nicely, just to point to a big round number, which is 4.345, which actually reminds me of what I've put in the reports on gold. Let's see what I did on gold. Right, yeah. So one thing we see on gold is BRNs hit big round numbers, but it's also absolutely laden with Fibonacci traders. So we need to know where all the fibs are. So let's, while we're just have a quick, make sure there's other charts that we're looking at. So Euro USD with, oh, it's Euro USD, Swissy, gold. We've got orders in for Bitcoin. Right, before I go into the diatribe of BRNs and Fibonacci's, just go and quick look on the two gaps. Right, this is now, I like this. We've got a failure into C-ball. This market looks like it's just going to keep going on, doesn't it? Massive indecision. Let's get rid of this big indecision candle on the first 15 minutes. Just stick this in for one moment. That's probably going to be the ARB range. And that would be a direct breakout to the close, which would actually be if you're using a fractal, yeah, it's an easy one to on. Right. I'm going to put an order in here for a drop into that clause. I'm going to give it quite a bit of wiggle room. So I just want to bring this from this 9 EMA down to the clause, kind of 28 pips. And we've got a swing high up here. So we can get 18 pips on that. 18 and 28. I'm going to put 18 and 28 in, guys. To close that gap. At 0.5. Then.
Order rejected.
You don't not liking us to put something in that close. I think I'm just going to smash the button here then, guys. Okay, just smash your button in here. 18 pip stop, 28 pip target, vote for that class. There we are, stop above the swing high here. We've got some rejection pins into camera and a breakout long. The market does not, at the moment, does not like pushing the cam. So we'll play on that. DAX. Look at that, it's come all the way back down to that bottom again and will not close. Doesn't like to. So if we're within 3 pips of the DAX, then you can count it as close. Some people say 5. It's just not doing it, is it? It's just so slow. The market makers have probably seen that as a close. Look at that. It's just this level has been strongly defended. That was the trade from yesterday. We came down, took a break up, and the hit better than 1 to 2 risk reward, and then just about here was the closing gap as well from the 16th. So that was a bit of a monster trade yesterday on the DAX. Did everyone get the full Monty on the DAX yesterday in the room? No one. Oh, okay. Did I put it in the room? I did put it in the room yesterday, didn't I? Here it is. This was the trade going up, and we're going for over 2% trade. And then I'd said, put your stop to entry, lock in at 1%. And then the market then moved up beyond that. And there it is. Beyond that, hit full target. So you don't have to follow all the trades that I do. They're just trading ideas that I'm doing, so you can follow if you want to. So here we could do a 15-minute bar. Once looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bottoms on here. I think if we go 15-minute bar, I'd probably want to take that and head for the 13th of October as a closing gap. So we'll put an alert on that. If it is starting to go wiggle on now, isn't it? I'll close that alert because it's got 14 minutes of its life yet. That's 14 minutes there telling you how old the trade is. Put the alert up here. We can come back to that. I'll continue on with gold, what I was going to explain. So we've got gold up here. And this morning for the room, I just turn the trades off for one moment. We do have a 61.8 Fibonacci expansion target, plus the BRNs, big round numbers, market. Oh, that's wrong. It should be 500. Markets do stop at big round numbers, but also under 4,600 and a fib over there. So what we've actually got here with the 4-hour expansion is these targets that we do know the Fibonacci guys will be pushing for. Now, these targets will remain targets over the coming sessions, so long as the structure stays in place. In other words, the structure, this bottom, needs to stay in play to still have a count for the Fibon. Now, tomorrow, the Fibonacci structure might change again, but if it breaks here, it will. But on the 4-hour, that's the structure. Until this breaks, we could have a different 1-hour structure, when we will do in 3 or 4 hours time. But from an expansive point of view, just get expansion tool out. We've got a bottom here, where the first wave 1 here, wave 2 pullback. And you can see there's 61.8% Fibo up here, now 100% with phase wave expansion into 46.21. It seems ridiculous, these numbers, ridiculously high. But technically, from a Fibo point of view, these are the numbers. This is looking at a 4-hour charting system, of course. And you can understand what it says here, 4 hours, 4 hours. But these are the things to watch out for. We could drill down a little bit now. We've got some more action. So if we get a bottom here, so for instance, we're now into 4 hours. One candle does not count in the world of Aikanashi. One candle is usually just a bullet. 2 candles, absolutely yes. So we can say that's our next phase, our next bottom. We can do a few tests on that. There's a bottom and see if the Fibo guys are looking at here. We've got a high here and a low there, and it's gone to 161.6 Fibo on that. That is of no use to us at all. This is the last swing low is here. So when you're doing Fibonacci expansions, you've got to make sure there's some of the things there that you've got to hold to be true. See anchor points. That's one thing we know is true. That's another thing we know is true. What we don't know at the moment yet is whether the market is at the bottom. And if it's not at the bottom, we don't know. But if that was the bottom, we'd pull this down, anchor the bottom, and we'd have a 4-hour target for the next phase 1, wave 2. The next wave would be a 44.05, 61% Fibo, and 100% would be 44.66. So whilst the market's dynamic, so long as you're able to read and use Fibonacci's on Aikanashi candles, not other candles, Aikanashi candles, then you can kind of understand where the market is going to potentially get attraction for people selling profits. So it does look like the market's coming down a little bit further. Ideally, we'd see the market come into this area here. Let's just zoom out. See the market here. We've got the massive big runs on, interest rate expectations being cut, just about baked in now for the 28th, I think. So we've got a resurgence. Market pulling back, and it started to run off again. New all-time record high. And this area here, you can see where the market
triggered.
come up, and we've got a consolidative area here. Just having a look where that alert triggers come from. Yeah. So ideally, we'd have the market come all the way down here. Let's just do a little.
Alert triggered.
I'll have a look at that alert. Which asset have we got the alert on? Oh, flip now, they've all gone off. Bitcoin, gold. Just have a quick flip on this. I can't keep flicking over every covering everything. But let's just have a so that would be quite a nice little retrace up between 61 and 78, 78.6 Fibo. Looks like we're gonna have to wait for that one. And into 15 minutes. This is stop the walk the dog trade on the 20 ATR. So we just have to be patient now and wait for this to finish its run back down, potentially down here. This trade will be negated now. It's just like this one would have been as the market's now come down, so we can take that off, and we just need to be patient and wait for the next trade. So we just put some alerts down here. We'll come to it further down, and we'll put some alerts here if the market comes back up, and then we'll get reinterested back into gold. That's so we put an alert for DAX. Oh, God, it's eventually closed the gap. It was always trying to, wasn't it? Boom, it's now closed that gap. A little bit disappointing. We had that nailed this morning and missed it. But hey, if we'd left it, hindsight's a really good thing, isn't it? It really is. Can I put that back up? So if it left the trade in and not fiddled about because we've got a live session going on, then that would have been a nice gap trade. But at the end of the day, we made the conscious decision to move the stocks, and you fall on your sword when you're doing these things. So look at the FTSE. So I still want to do a 15-minute bar on here. I'm going to put an order, an alert above the close here. And I'll put an order underneath here. So what we're doing, trapping the price. See if the close holds. See if we get the fit of the fill buyers coming in or not. Let's see. So we are, well, just 3 pips. We're waiting for this market to fall over as well. Waiting for a camera breakout along to be a tough nut to crack. Right, let's go and have a little look. We had some orders in, didn't we? For I've got orders in for BTC and for a crude pullback. Let's just go and have a look. One of the alerts was BTC. Which was, surprisingly enough, a 15-minute bar. I'm going to leave it there. That's fine. Right. Crude. It's having a struggle here, isn't it, to get any lower. So that would have been the original trade there. For if you were trading a 1-to-1. It's still be in the money, but it's kind of struggling on those. If we can get a pullback, then a bit more of a pullback. I will get interested if I can find a one-to-one, and we'll trade a one-to-one in that. Let's go to the Forex. Try to cover all of them at the moment. But if I was just trading kind of quietly on my own, I'd have alerts for crude and wouldn't really bother too much about crude. It's had a big move already. I wouldn't bother about Euro USD or USD Swiss. We make an awful lot more money out of Forex than we do in Forex. We make a lot of our money on indices and gold. So this can do what it wants. I'm not that interested in doing detailed trading in here. We're 15-minute bar is the order of the day with a good bit of wiggle room above previous swing highs, and let that happen. It's kind of what. So we've got the FTSE, we've got the DAX, waiting for the DAX through a 15-minute bar reversal, waiting for FTSE to close that gap. And we're really waiting for gold to come down a bit further. So keep an eye on what's going on the other screens with things. And I'll give you a shout. USD Swissy, it's coming back into profit again. And it's just, what's a technical term? It's just buggering about at the moment. So, right. Has anyone got any questions about anything that we're doing? I'd be quite happy to answer anything. As well, I'll do your paperwork for you, EG. I forgot yesterday. Did you get a good birthday, Kirk? He's answering. Suddenly your his mic's off, never mind. Oh, he's fallen asleep at his desk. Oh. Right. So I've gone through all the fibos on gold and what we can use. We've gone over where the bases need to be held before Fibonacci sequence changes, and we just got to be patient for our gold trades. Just got to be patient. That was a yesterday trade, wasn't it? I can see that was an absolute monster trade, and it carried on all the way through. But if you'd held that, and I think some people did, for well over 3%, that was really, really good. If you kind of have a look at how that ran using the 9 EMA, if you'd gone in and traded that, you would have been in here and out just a bit more than 1%. Then you've been triggered in again here, and then you would have gone from that bar break here using 9 EMA as the thing that tells you when to come out, which is there, which is the close there. So that was 91 pips. And his stop would have been 13, let's call it 40.
Alert triggered.
So monster trade. I will do that 9 EMA, whether I get it done today or not, because it's my last day in Spain. I'm not sure, but I will do the 9 EMA video to show you how to use a 9 EMA to extend profits. And the other one that I called, are you trading blind? In other words, if you're trading any cash market without pivots, and indeed you are trading blind. Right. What else? I'll tell you what, everyone's quiet in the room today. What else? Let's have a quick look. So USD squishes in the money. Euro USD is just out of it. FTSE is 1 point. Waiting for the DAX. Like quite waiting for gold. It's one of the main, I guess, traits of I would say a decent trader. Have a strategy that works, one that you're confident in. When the market does settle, you need to emotionally detach yourself from it and just press the button. But the most important thing, of course, is being patient and waiting for the trade to settle before you press the button. And you can, when we're looking at here 15-minute bars, we could have another 3/4 of an hour to an hour yet to wait before the market starts to come down. Put in a decent set of bars like these to reverse on this tear off. It's not what we've done before. And then get a wiggle on. You can see here, it's some decent bars, early doors on, then we went flat. And then the market then just took off, didn't it? And now we're waiting for the market to come down again, ready to take advantage of it again. But unfortunately, sometimes takes a while. It's a technical term. What a pain in the ass. Right, just putting some other longer term trades on here. Check Euro USD. Typical, I think it's really scrappy action on Euro USD, so I'll leave that one alone. This isn't gonna set up in our live session, really. Good question. Does everyone have the 15-minute guide that's on YouTube? Don't have to ask the guys in the room, they've all got it. Be free. You may as well download it. Or maybe the guy, if you like the trading, the live trading here, no reason why you can't just pop on for 1 month. You'll get what do we get? You get the 15-minute bar guide and the videos with it and the PDFs and the audio to support the 15-minute bar guide. You'll get lessons on Fibonacci, on videos, setting alerts, setting morning screens up, all about support resistance trading, access to the room and the daily edge, 5 days a week on the edge, 6 days on trading, and you can just pop on for a month and have a little look. Costs next to nothing to have a little look. You won't get access to the strategies, of course. That's just for the full-blown traders. But if you want to be part of a a trading community and learn not necessarily how to trade, but how to trade the way we trade, and get access to all the ideas throughout the day. It's probably worth having a little go. I don't think I've got any links for it, actually. I'm saying that. Go and have a go. It's a website. We've got a website here. That's the website up here. Donk. Yeah, so this is a website. If you want a daily edge on its own, news and indicators here. For God's sake, work. Why is it all so slow? So these are all the different things you can get. There's the daily edge. It's quite interesting. I had a guy this morning. Where is he? Oh, he's took it down. He got the daily edge, had it for one day, put a 1-star review on, then decided it was a 4-star review. And then looks like he's decided he's not there at all. So I thought, oh, I'm going to get 5-star reviews for the daily edge. Well, can't think of anything else really. If it wins every day, I'll give you a winning trade every day for next to nothing. It's got to be 5 stars, isn't it, really? But yeah, it's to be, you know, how the hell can you give a rating when you've got a document for one day? So there's a daily edge. Anyway, you subscribe, it's a tenner, and you get the daily edge every day. You get all the buys and sells. The membership's not what I was talking about, wasn't it? Before I do digress. There it is, a monthly live room subscriber. It's just 150 quid a month, so it's flagship money really, isn't it? And you get access to everything that all the community yeah. Oh, and then there's the free resources here. The 15-minute guide, reports on why traders fail, how not to blow your account up. I did that for one person and they wrote one review. I didn't think I thought everyone would know what the simple moving average versus the exponential moving average was. So I just wrote something for this guy. And then this one, out of everything on here, you know, people download about 1,400 downloads of this. But that is the most important doc out of everything here. You can see the way people's psyche goes. Give me a guide, tell me how to make money. That's the most important document you'll ever read. How to manage your emotions in trading. It doesn't matter what strategy you've got. If you can't hang on to your profit or wait for the trade, it doesn't flipping matter. So it's quite, probably because it's got some in-depth reading in there. But it's all free. I'll get rid of that. Come on. I want something to happen. So this is we'll be clocking out because I've got family here. I will be clocking out at 9 o'clock, but we'll be back on normal hours on Thursday. So we'll be trading on the guys to 9:15, 9:30 every morning. And yeah, back to the normal routine. Let's just have a look. So USD Swiss seems to be coming down, starting to resolve itself. Let's just have a quick look. Got 4 minutes to go on the other one. Come on, come on, come on. So nothing on Euro USD. It's, I think the technical term is it's just bugging around at the moment. Massive indecision at these technical levels. USD Swissy. Where's USD Swiss? There we go. again, it's just struggling. It's as if everyone's waiting for news, isn't it? We do have a little bit of economic news today coming out, market moving news, which is Lagarde talking to Euro probably at 12 o'clock. And then we've got Canadian consumer price index, which will be market moving. That's at 1:30, so make sure you're not in a CAD or anything correlated to the Canadian dollar this afternoon at 1:30. Tomorrow's the big stuff. And unfortunately, I'll be in the air at 7 o'clock in the morning. We've got the UK consumer price index. And then we've got retail price index as well at 7 o'clock in the morning on the UK. So that's market moving news. And then we've got the CPI and PMIs at the back end of the week in the American markets. Let's see what crude's doing. The market seems to have just hung and done nothing. Can't make money if the market doesn't move. There's some fractal structure up here now on crude. Five-minute fractal structure. Be new fractal setting up here. A break of this fractal will give you better than a one-to-one risk reward, but you know, if we can hang it out for the trade, the bar that we missed out on, which was the 15-minute bar here, we can actually get tagged in for that one. That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Let's go back to gold for the last couple of minutes, and if no one's got any more questions, I think everyone's gone to sleep because no one's answering any questions they even put on YouTube. So we'll can that, I think. We'll look here. We'll be definitely trading every Friday, the opening bell, because we get quite a lot of support from our American friends. A lot of people like trading the Friday afternoon session. And it's quite interactive, and it's quite good actually, because quite a few people ask questions and talk. I think we're all very English, aren't we? We all just sit on the fence and watch. But that's okay, that's not a problem whatsoever. I just like to see this market move, flipping heck. So we've got nothing really to get our teeth into on crude, nothing to get our teeth into on gold just yet either. Still dribbling down. How's the DAX 15-minute bar? Is that going to set up? Come on, come on, come on. No, nothing on a 15-minute bar just yet. And the gap's closed. Very weak bars as well. FTSE. Well, FTSE's slowly coming down. We'd like to see that gap close, and then we'd like to see a fade of the fill, buy in the close. That's what we'd like to see. But we'll just have to let that play itself out. Right, well, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to have to go. Yeah, I have Pep. Yeah, it is. It's very slow today. Very, very slow. It's, very slow, yeah, definitely. Right. So off now, guys. See you Friday. So we've got a live on YouTube on Friday as well. So I'm gonna end the stream. You're very welcome. it's always interesting to. It's good to get if you can get a bit of feedback on it. If you can think of any questions afterwards, please put them in the comments. And yeah, let's see. Let's see if we can help some people with a bit of clarity and consistency. Right, I'm going to go, guys. Now I will stop the stream and see the YouTube guys on Friday.